Hello my lovely friends and welcome to another video. Today we're talking about whimsical magical stories perfect to snuggle up with this winter. These are not all winter set stories, but there is just something about the magic of them that makes them perfect reading for this time of year. Starting with the Nevermore series. This is a middle grade fantasy series about a young girl who is supposedly destined to die on her birthday, but instead gets whisked away to this magical world, and I just adore this series. The third book is my favourite so far. The novels kind of all go across the year, and they do always feature a magical wintry scene that do make it perfect for this time of year. Another great story to dive into this winter is Inkheart. This again is a middle grade fantasy, and it follows Meg and her father who have the ability to speak books into life. If they read the books aloud, the characters and the things in the book come into the real world. This isn't really a wintry book either, but it's just a magical story full of adventure and a lot of heart, and it's perfect for when you want to read something crafted with readers in mind. Now we have a book that I haven't read yet, but I really want to this season, and that is the Ice Mark series. My older sister loved these books growing up, and reread them quite recently and said that they still hold up. So I really want to give these a read. The novel follows a young queen as her tiny kingdom is caught between dangerous neighbours. Her search for allies takes her beyond the northern borders to former enemies in the land of the ghosts and onwards to the frozen hub of the world. It's a wintry set fantasy, so I really want to try and read it this season. Another wintry set novel, we have Northern Lights by Philip Pullman. This follows Lyra and her animal Damon as they were kind of living this carefree life at Oxford until destiny calls her to the magical frozen lands of the Arctic, amongst the witch clans and also the ice bears. The first novel in the series feels very wintry, as kind of just with its setting, but the whole story and the whole series is just an incredible magical story that you cannot help but be pulled into. Next we have Wildwood Dancing. This novel is set in winter and it is a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses fairy tale. I adore Juliette Marillier's writing and how she crafts these whimsical tales so full of folklore and magic. This novel has a bit of a twist I didn't expect. Its setting is Transylvania, so that should just give you a little bit of a clue. And it kind of just feels like a magical fairy tale in the very best way. Another wintry setting, we have A Winter's Promise. This follows Ophelia, who is forced to travel to this arc of the pole to marry this strange and harsh faun. There she slowly realises that she's become this pawn in a very political game, and that kind of has these far-reaching ramifications not only for her but for her entire world. I just adore this series. It's one of my all-time favourites. The setting gives Studio Ghibli vibes, but the story is really quite dark and full of twists. Another Studio Ghibli-like story is Watermoon. This is quite a hard story to explain without giving away spoilers, so I'm going to say that if you like Studio Ghibli movies, or movies like Your Name or Suzume, then this book is for you. It is so whimsical and magical, dreamlike in its way, and it's a story that really just unfolds for you with each turn of the page. Next we have two books by the same author, The Starless Sea and The Night Circus. We're going to start with The Starless Sea, which follows Zachary, who stumbles across this mysterious book containing details of his own life amongst its pages. It leads him on this quest, kind of like unlike anything else. This novel is, it's a true story. It's a love story to stories in its way. It's quite confusing at first, but you kind of have to just keep going with it as it all wraps up nicely in the end. It's one of those stories that you just want to snuggle up with and enjoy whilst wrapped up in a blanket with a hot chocolate. Another kind of true magical story is The Night Circus. This follows two magicians who are part of this magical contest with its setting of a magical circus. This novel goes across seasons, but there's just something about it that makes me consider it a perfect winter read. Perhaps it's just because I really want to be rereading this novel. It's one of those I want to read before the end of the year. But it is just such a whimsical tale and unexpectedly romantic. It was just beautifully written with some wonderful prose, and like stylists see, it's got these interweaving storylines that kind of all wrap up and make sense in the end. And finally, the ultimate magical wintry read, A Christmas Carol. I couldn't not mention this book, as it just fits the bill of being both a wintry book and a magical one. This follows Ebenezer Scrooge, who is this miserable, nasty old man who learns the true meaning of Christmas with the help of 3 Christmas spirits. It is a delightful classic and one that is truly perfect for this time of year. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you have any other suggestions for magical reads for winter, or you've read some of the ones that I've mentioned, do let me know in the comments below. I love discussing books. And if you'd like to leave a comment but don't really know what to put, then just leave a book emoji to let me know that you enjoyed to the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, my lovely friends.